We've covered a lot of ground through our study on rest. We've talked about what does it mean to be either sinfully busy or to be a faithful steward. We've talked about what does it mean to find our rest in Christ. We've talked about our priorities and our motivations. We've even had to take a look at our calendars and examine how we've been using our time. We come to a very practical question. How do I cultivate a stress-free heart in the midst of our stressed out world? In other words, in our instantaneous, busy, calendar-stuffed 21st century lives, how do I find rest on a daily basis? You know, for the past few years, the elders have met and talked about you. We understand that all of you are so busy, and so many of you, though, are still serving our church faithfully. And we're so thankful for that. We've thought about you, the Sunday school teacher, those of you in the parking ministry, those of you who set up tables and chairs. We've talked about those of you in connections who fill up our snack cups. We've even thought about you in the sound booth. You know, we're so thankful for each of you and how you've been involved. But we also know that we want to care for you and for your souls. We want your heart to be able to be in love with Jesus Christ. We don't want you just to be busy for busyness' sake. We want you to serve and to be refreshed even as you serve others. And that's why we've gone through the study on rest. In order to accomplish this, though, we must be fueled by the right things. And we want to make sure that your eyes are focused on Christ. And so we come to the question again, how do I find rest for my busy souls? And the answer is not going to surprise you, but it's God. God found throughout the pages of the Bible, His words to us. And it's His words that remind us about how intimate and how personal He is and how we are to get to know Him. The question is, though, whether or not we know about someone or do we know someone? Knowing about someone would be like going to a restaurant and you're sitting there and you're like scratching your chin and saying, is that so-and-so? But if you know someone, you're going to get out of your chair, go to that person, give them a big hug and say, how are you doing? Or imagine this, you're walking in heaven on the golden streets and you see a man coming towards you. And you just start thinking, I know this person, but is it so-and-so? And that person walks right behind you. And you realize as you turn around, people start flocking to him, that you've walked right by Jesus. That would be an example if you know about someone, but you really didn't know him. And that's not what we want. We want you to know Jesus. And that's where rest is going to be found, as you know Jesus on a very personal and intimate way. So the question now is not where do we find rest for our busy lives, but do you believe that the Bible is the only place for you to find sanctuary for your busy life? The problem is that we don't see the Bible as a place to find our rest because of the way that we view reading the Bible. Do you see reading the Bible as like going to jury duty, where you have to go, it's your obligation, but it's so boring when you're there? Or do you view reading the Bible like going to the dentist? You know it's good for you, but you dread it, especially if you had that little pain in your tooth. Or do you view reading the Bible like going to school, where it's an academic endeavor as you read the Bible, and you want to make sure, just in case someone asks you a question, that you have the right answer? Or do you see reading the Bible like going to the gym? It's about determination and about dedication and about routine. You know it's good for you, so you go there, but if something better comes up, you're willing to take that offer instead. Or maybe you see reading the Bible like going to the gym and you just go there on a daily basis, but you don't see any results and you get discouraged. Lastly, do you see reading the Bible like going on a special date? You know, you plan for it, you're looking forward to it. You know, it's not twisting of your arm. You're not going to let anything or anyone get in your way because you're looking forward to that special time with that special someone. If you view reading the Bible, though, like boring, like it's disconnected with your life, where you don't see how it personally applies to you, where you dread it, it's never going to be a place where you find rest. But if you see reading the Bible as a place where you're able to spend time with God, like a special date, it's going to be meaningful to you. Where you realize that each and every day, God is waiting there to speak to you through His words in the Bible. The God who knows us better than we know ourselves has a special word for us in our busy lives. For some of us, it's going to be that encouragement that I have the strength for you to carry on. For some of us, it's that critique that we're overcommitted, and maybe that reminder that we need to go back and reprioritize our lives. But in either case, in all days, it's a reminder that we need Christ and that no matter what we face in life, God can be honored through our busyness. Unfortunately, many of us don't demonstrate that we believe in Jesus' word, that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God. Let's take Jesus at his word and be able to soak in each and every word so that he may be glorified and that we may find rest for our souls.